So these Marvel fanboys put out a trolling video with the cast of Avengers Infinity War trolling Justice League. Trolling Justice League. In fact, if you go up on YouTube right now, you see a number of these where they're trolling Justice League. You know what I'm saying? They put up these videos where the cast is trolling them. Of course, it's over time. And the Russo brothers join in the trolling. That just make me laugh. See, here's the funny part about it. Your Infinity Wars poster is a carbon copy of Thor Ragnarok. You're lost for ideas, so you put a Thor Ragnarok poster up for your Infinity War poster. That's how brain drained you are. And I already know the plot and story for your movie. Okay? So I don't get why it is, you have to go to the gold standard. Why you gotta go to the gold standard? We all know this is the gold standard. That's why you even mention it. That's why you're trolling right now. You gotta ride off of Justice League. You gotta ride off the gold standard. Because see, the gold standard appeals to the comic books. We got the Alex Ross painting in front of us. Alex Ross painting in front of us. Their posters vary. Their posters tell a message. This is the comics. It wasn't called Infinity War, but the Infinity Gauntlet. That was the name of the comic series. If we look at Thanos, now some fan went and put up an equivalent of that. I saw it online, and kudos to them. But it is in no way compared to this shit. Look at Thanos. Look at the gauntlet. Look at the skull head right here. Look at this dude here. He looked like a devil. He got horns and everything. He's bad. The Silver Surfer was in there. You know what I'm saying? That's the comic. Thanos looks bad ass. Here, Thanos just looks like my rear end. I don't want to say he's bad. I said badass there. Take out the bad and you know what it is. Okay? It's a ripoff of Thor Ragnarok. Come on, you could do better than that. You could do better than that. Marvel, step up your game. You could do better than that. You know what? Let me put you this way. Every time you fanboys open your mouth, you only leave Marvel opened to be truthfully cut down. Your MCU film Infinity War is lacking. Plot-wise, it's a nice adventure movie, but all of the Marvel films have been that. And we know it's going to be the same washed down, same empty, popcorn filled jokes, some action scenes, and a rip-off from other movies. We know what it is now. You're not fooling me. So that all those fanboys, Marvel fanboys, we know what you like. You like empty, repetitive, the same thing over and over again. And Marvel is just shafting y'all time and time again. The MCU is just shafting y'all time and time again. You are not getting this. This is what you should get. This is what you should get. You're not getting that. You're getting a watered down, formulaic, same old popcorn flick again. I told y'all, Black Panther was an exception to the rule. Shallow entertainment. And the thing about it that hurts me is it's not even cinematic. I just talked about Star Wars The Last Jedi. The thing that hurts me about these so-called films is they're not cinematic. You know what they are? Television. They're television. It's this. It's Crisis on Earth X we're going to get. Just they're not DC characters. They're gonna be Marvel characters. It's watered down television. They even got the same kind of poses. Look at this stuff. When Justice League started, the characters started striking those kinds of weird looking, dumb looking poses. People was like, what the heck is going on here? Because when it comes to Justice League, it's a whole different ballgame. When it comes to Star Wars, it's a whole different ballgame. It's cinematic, man. So, we all know the CW is mostly for kids. It's kid friendly, etc. Right? The step up from the CW, as far as I'm concerned, I just went and watched some of it, is Netflix and the Marvel, the Defenders series, and the different Marvel shows. Again, to me, it's like Arrow. Like all those shows are like Arrow level. You know what I'm saying? They're Arrow level. It's a lot of action. Characters try to play like they hard, but then they go and crack jokes and stuff. And even Arrow doesn't crack that much jokes. I think Arrow is much more serious character than these guys. But at the end of the day, this is like Saved by the Bell. It's teamwork. It's a team kind of matchup kind of nonsense, which to me is just garbage. I would love to see an X-Men television series. You know what I'm saying? X-Men would be the joint. But this is the same. It's the same TV stuff, man. These guys not even hard, man. And then when I see Gotham, finally we get something more mature. Some of the actors are not that great, but you get a much more mature, much more darker television series. The problem with Gotham is I just don't give a damn because y'all didn't start with Batman. So because I don't really care about all these ancillary characters if they're not tied to Batman, I just don't care. So I don't watch Defenders. I watched it, you know, and it has one or two good action scenes in it, but for the most part, this is like CSI is better than this. This is not an adult film. It has graphic violence and stuff, but it still comes with that teeny bopper, same Marvel kind of, same nonsense I see on Marvel Cinematic Universe. I don't even know why they call it cinematic. They should have called it Marvel Television Universe, because basically everybody here fits together. You know, they're all jokey, man. The Punisher, he's cool. I like the Punisher series and thing. And he's a little bit more serious and much more mature than these guys. But even so, he's still too literal. Television has gone so far down now, it's not funny, all right? But yeah, Gotham is better than that stuff, by far, okay? The problem with Gotham, as I said before, the only problem they got with Gotham is they did not tie in Gotham to Batman. I was intrigued by Gotham for a certain period of time, but again, it never held me because Batman wasn't in the center of it. Now they got Batman kind of coming up as Batman, and I might be interested in it. All right. By the way, this guy's an X-Men, right? He acted in X-Men. And good actors in there, by the way. Krypton is just like all of them other TV shows, man. I only saw the pilot. I don't know what the potential for it is. Of course, it's much more mature. There's plot, there's intrigue, there's that kind of family dynamic and conflict and stuff that there's potential there. But it's television. And all I'm trying to tell you guys is, it's Infinity whatever you call it, Infinity War, the Infinity Gauntlet, whatever. To be honest with you, man, it's a tear down from the Defenders. It's about the same. Well, no, the Defenders are still grounded in some kind of reality. It's a tear down from Defenders. It's like Arrow. It's a tear up from the CW at times. Sometimes otherwise it's not. And I just don't. I gotta tell you guys honestly, man. Shit, they need to ride on DC. They need to ride on Justice League because honestly, their movies are as shallow as it can ever be. And the Russo brothers, they not doing nothing great. And we know this movie ain't gonna have nothing. In fact, I heard some stupid stuff in a trailer I was watching just a minute ago. Because I always look at these things. Thanos is coming to destroy half the world. Then, right, Gamora's going to say, and so your loved one's going to die. How you know if your loved one's going to die or not? He's going to destroy half the world. So some people are going to remain alive. You don't know if it's your loved ones. You don't know if it's you. So what are you talking about? I mean, it may be in the context of the people going to defend the world, but at the same point in time, It don't appeal to me. He does not intimidate me. He is not this guy. He's not that guy. Alright? And Thanos is supposed to be like Darkseid. Thanos is supposed to be badass. You know what I'm saying? And who he rolls with supposed to be badass. In Justice League, we only saw Steppenwolf, and Steppenwolf wasn't even in God status. He was reject. He was an exile god. And one Steppenwolf, with the armies he had, the whole world had to fight him. So, you know, Darkseid and Thanos, they supposed to be epic. They're not supposed to be like, they're not doing justice to these characters. They're not doing justice to these characters. And if you are a real comic book fan and you've read comic books, yeah, you may fanboy out and seeing Thanos on the screen because he was there, and you may fan out on seeing some of these other characters come together and interact with one another. You may fanboy out of that, but at the end of the day, when your fanboy stuff wear off, how long Infinity War will go on in people's minds and hearts? How durable will Infinity War be? Just like the last pop Marvel film, it pop up. Everybody talk about it. They say good things about it, and they never talk about it again. You know why? Because at the end of the day, these movies have nothing in them. They're empty entertainment. And it relegates comic book movies to a shallow status. Everybody talking about, oh, The Dark Knight was a great movie, and The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight trilogy, and The Dark Knight, all because Christopher Nolan is a reputable director, right? But here's the funny part about the whole thing. After you said all these things about The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight, y'all never discuss about The Dark Knight ever again. Oh, it was about 9/11, and The Dark Knight was talking about topics of the 9/11. Yeah, okay. What was relevant to your personal life? What did it show you? How does it spark a revolution? How does it spark the spark that would take the First Order down? The movies that count, the movies that actually say something, this generation of shallow-minded people who are affected by these movies don't even know that they're affected, don't even know how it translates into the political arena and into the social arena. You know what they do? They put down these movies. Because if a movie is controversial, it means it made you think. And the masses don't like to think. But I'm glad these movies come out, like Star Wars The Last Jedi, to challenge hero worship. I'm glad that BVS came out to challenge hero worship and to show that ideals and the bigger picture is bigger than any one person. Meaningful movies. So let the jokers be jokers. Let the gold standard be the gold standard. We know what it is. Let the TV shows be called cinematic universes. Yeah, just spit on film. It's all good. They want to call Krypton a cinematic universe or cinematic. It's not cinematic. It's television. There is a difference between cinema and television. There's a difference. Somebody got to say it. You guys have a great one.